History has a way of repeating itself, but when power and greed mix, the story often ends in tragedy. One ruler, desperate to keep control, pushed his nation into a financial storm, hurting the very people he swore to protect. For years, Italy carried the burden of Europe's highest borrowing costs. But then, something shocking happened. Another country, led by a ruthless leader, overtook Italy. The world asked, how could this be? Behind closed doors, the ruler smiled. Every spike in borrowing costs meant more opportunities for him. More loans, more hidden deals, more wealth, flowing into his pockets while the poor struggled to buy bread. He signed papers with one hand while ordering God to silence dissent with the other. Taxes soared. Hospitals ran out of medicine. Schools closed their doors. Families lost their homes, their land, their dignity. Yet the ruler dined on gold plates, his palaces glittering with chandeliers while children starved in the shadows outside the gates. Whispers spread like wildfire. Is history repeating itself? Another empire rising, only to collapse under its own greed. But whispers turned into cries when something darker was revealed. The twist was chilling. It wasn't just loans and taxes. The ruler had ordered secret raids on villages, seizing grain and livestock to fund his private vaults. The poor bled so that his vaults could overflow. When they resisted, soldiers dragged fathers into prisons, leaving families broken. He declared it necessary sacrifice for the nation, but it was nothing more than fuel for his merciless wealth. And still, he believed he was untouchable. The newspapers were censored, the courts bought, the police loyal only to his coin. He thought the people would never rise, too weak, too tired, too afraid. But shadows began to gather against him. Economists leaked hidden accounts, journalists smuggled out documents, and whispers grew into a roar. The truth was staggering. The debt wasn't just higher than Italy's, it was poisoned with corruption, bribes, and blood. The nation stood at the edge of ruin. The ruler tightened his grip, sending soldiers into the streets. For a moment, it seemed his cruelty would win. But then, something shifted. Markets turned against him. His allies began to vanish. The palace guards, once loyal, refused to fire on starving crowds. And then it happened. The people stormed the Golden Gates. The ruler's empire, built on greed and suffering, crumbled in a single night. He who once believed himself immortal was dragged into the light of justice, stripped of his power and his gold. All that remained was a memory of his cruelty and a warning carved into history's pages. When greed blinds a leader, even the strongest throne will fall. Borrowing costs may rise and fall, empires may grow and collapse, but the spirit of the people is priceless. History repeats, but only if we let it.